So, it is October. It's officially spooky season, but it's also the end of the government's EV tax credit over in the United States. That officially expired on September 30th. So, as of October 1st, that $7,500 discount is now gone from the government. But to help ease that transition or something potentially that's going to be permanent, some automakers are actually just offering it anyway. They've extended it themselves. Instead of the government paying that $7,500, they're going to foot the bill themselves, which has kind of made a lot of people ask, well, did the government really need to have this anyway? Are the government doing the right thing getting rid of this tax credit now? If the car companies can afford it anyway, then why shouldn't they be doing it anyway? Let's have a look, guys. Interesting story for sure. Something that I think the cynics really would have seen coming, but as it turns out, if you were being cynical on this one, you would be correct. That has lined up with reality. Automakers including General Motors, Hyundai and Ford say they will extend the discounts on certain electric models after the $7,500 federal tax credit expired on Tuesday at the end of September, in a bid to maintain momentum after a surge in third quarter sales. Obviously, in anticipation for the EV tax credit going away, a lot of EV sales have been going up. Now, that is probably not sustainable, but these companies are seeing the benefit of it, so they're very much wanting to ride the wave of it, even if they're having to lose 7.5 grand every time they sell an EV compared to what it was before. Clearly, they're still making enough money from it, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. Car companies are stepping in to preserve discounts and smooth the sell down of existing EV inventory after the federal EV subsidy phased out on September 30th. GM, Ford, and Jeep owned Stellantis are making the $7,500 discount available for leased vehicles that are in transit or on dealer lots. The offers from Hyundai and Stellantis apply to the leases and purchasers. For example, Hyundai will have the $7,500 tax credit in cash for the 2025 version of its Ioniq 5, and it's also reducing the cost of next year's model by as much as $9,800 depending on the trim that you go for. Sales of electric vehicles are set to decline slowly in the United States thanks to the measures that we mentioned before, but also these companies pivoting more towards gasoline and hybrid models instead of EVs. And in fact, Ford CEO Jim Farley recently said in an interview, quote, "I wouldn't be surprised if EV sales in the US go down anywhere from 5 to 10%, end quote. Which is probably about right, to be honest. And people are going to be less incentivized to get EVs anyway because they are very expensive. They're more expensive than most new cars, and obviously the average price of a new vehicle in the US these days is over $50,000. The impact of tariffs for a car that is imported into the United States is expected to be around $5,500 on the actual cost of importing it. That's without taking into account any kind of profit margin there. Even if they assemble these vehicles in the US, the actual cost of doing so is expected to increase by around $1,000 due to the tariffs. And that has meant that the overall sales of electric vehicles is not meant to really increase in the coming years as well. The knock-on effect from this is huge. In fact, most estimates are now placing the overall car market in the US to only be 11% fully electric by 2029, which is only 3% higher than what it is currently. So there you go, guys. The EV tax credit, it is gone. But some manufacturers are keeping these discounts going. Is this a surprise to you? Does this prove that really these companies can afford to sell these cars even cheaper and they were just being a bit greedy before? I want to hear what you have to say on this in the comments below as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. Keep it tuned here to the channel. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, and we'll see you very soon.